Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis, Anne Arundel County, and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Well, good morning. It's Thursday, January 12th, 2023. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief presented by Annapolis Subaru and the SPCA of Anne Arundel County. Saw a great sneak peek of a film not yet in the theaters last night called What Comes Around. The Annapolis Film Festival brought it to Maryland Hall, and if you do get a chance to see it in the theaters, do. Lots of twists and turns and, honestly, quite a pretty twisted plot. All right, we do have a little bit of news, so let's get into it, shall we? Again, another judge reprimands the city of Annapolis for some lackadaisical legal work. The long and short of it is that the Planning Commission approved the Village at Providence Point retirement community after 10-plus years of wrangling. Now, a group established to oppose it, the Crab Creek Conservancy, sued and said it was the wrong decision. Yesterday, Circuit Court Judge Mark Crooks remanded it back to the Planning Commission for another reconsideration. According to the Capitol, Crooks said that the Commission's decision was poorly written and lifted wholly from the application, with no thought put into the decision. Now, according to the Commission Chairman, Alex Pline, this all had the blessing of the city's Office of Law, and the city, through a spokesperson, said, well, it was jobbed out to an outside attorney. So now, Providence Point can appeal Crooks' decision or sit and wait for the Planning Commission to do it all over again. Obviously, the Crab Creek Conservancy is very happy. The Village at Providence Point is not, and the city spokesperson indicated that it would be several more months for another opinion from the commission. On the county side, County Executive Pittman has announced that there is $2 million available for local nonprofit community grants. The grants will be handled by the Arundel Community Development Services, and each nonprofit will get up to $50,000. The deadline to apply is February 21st. Eligible nonprofits will have to use the funds to support organizational efficiencies, buy new equipment, or test new initiatives. Involved with a nonprofit? aacounty.org/community support grants is where you want to go. Raising Cane's is apparently an amazing chicken finger chain, and they are now open up in Towson with plans to open a Gambril's location in March. We had heard that they signed a lease for the old Applebee's spot at the mall, but have not been able to confirm that. But the chain did confirm that in addition to Gambril's, there will be an Annapolis, Glen Burnie, and Linthicum location. And as we begin to wrap it up, here are some weekend dates for your calendar. March 31st to April 2nd. It is a weekend-long celebration of Maryland Day on March 25th. Oh, fun fact, the only entity that closes on Maryland Day is the city of Annapolis. Not Maryland, not Anne Arundel County, not Banks, not Post Office, no other county, just Annapolis. But I digress. That weekend, there will be literally dozens of places to visit and experiences to experience throughout the weekend, all for no cost or for a nominal dollar charge. From North County to South County and from the Bay Bridge to West County. It's a great way to see just how diverse our county is. You want to check out all the activities at marylandday.org and map out your weekend. All right, that's all I've got news-wise. Podcast stuff up this weekend on the Local Business Spotlight, Judy Budensick from Francis Marketing Group, and next weekend, the Maryland Curiosity Lab and Alton Academy. And we did a bonus pod last week with Oliver Wood. Hopefully you listened to that. He's going to be at Ram's Head on stage on Friday the 13th. That is this Friday. And if you'd like a chance to get a pair of tickets to see him, head on over to our All Annapolis Facebook page. We do have a really simple contest pinned to the top, picking a winner tonight at 6 p.m. And that is a wrap. As always, thank you all for being you, and thank you to the sponsors for the Daily News Brief, Annapolis Subaru, the SPCA of Anne Arundel County, Solar Energy Services, Scout and Molly's, and Alpha Engineering. Okay, so now you need to hang tight because we have George Young from DCMD VA Weather standing by with the only locally forecast weather report you're going to find. And of course, Trevor is here with your Annapolis Makerspace Maker Minute. All of that coming up in just a bit.
Hello, energy consumers. This is Rick Peters, president of Solar Energy Services. Have you been looking for ways to save money recently? Maybe you should consider solar energy for your home. Or are you waiting for the technology to get cheaper? If so, how long are you going to wait? Today's solar costs less than 20% of what it cost 10 years ago. But while solar prices have declined every year, so have the financial incentives. Bottom line, if you wait for cheaper solar, you're also waiting for lower incentives. Take my home, for example. My solar system was installed in 2010, and it's been paid off for almost 5 years, and I no longer have to buy any electricity for another 15 to 20 years. If I waited for cheaper solar, I'd still be paying an electric bill. At Solar Energy Services, we have thousands of satisfied customers who are sure glad they didn't wait. So what are you waiting for? Sunshine's a wasted. Call us today for a free solar design at 410-923-6090 or on the web at solarsaves.net.
Sunshine, sunshine, nothing else can make me feel so fine.
When you live near Annapolis, you know how fickle the weather can be. So you need a truly local forecast that's accurate and reliable. Forecast right here in Annapolis. DCMD VA weather is not just for today, but for the rest of the week and the weekend too. Now here's George Young of DCMD VA weather with the weather outlook for today and beyond.
Hey everyone, this is George with DCMD VA Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Thursday, January 12th. Pretty typical mid-January day for the Annapolis region yesterday, with plenty of clouds and temps in the 40s after a cold start in the 20s. But it will be warmer today with some rain as well, ahead of clearing Friday and colder temps this weekend. Look for highs today in the 55 to 60 degree range, with rain primarily in the PM hours due to a cold front moving through from west to east, with some thunderstorms possible as well as winds become very breezy at night. But skies will clear in time for Friday with sunshine and temps in the 50s as winds continue gusting over 25 miles per hour at times behind the cold front. And then comes colder air with sunny highs Saturday in the low to mid 40s with more sunshine Sunday with PM highs in the mid to upper 40s. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DCMD VA Weather. Make it a great day out there today. Stay healthy and be safe. And be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter for regular updates each day, along with our website at dcmdvaweather.info. And definitely be sure to download our DCMD VA Weather app on all of your devices from either the Apple or Google App Stores, so you can always stay weather informed.
The benefits of a good night's sleep are well documented. Sleeping well prevents weight gain, improves concentration and creativity, and boosts the immune system. So, what keeps you up at night? If you run a business, then the security of your computer network may be one of those things. Threats like ransomware and phishing are becoming increasingly sophisticated and pose a real risk to any business. Don't let these cyber threats keep you up at night. At Alpha, they've been helping their customers sleep better for over 30 years by monitoring in real time and hardening network defenses. And for those irritating IT issues that arise every day, Alpha's just a phone call away, helping your business run smoothly and helping you sleep better, knowing Alpha is on guard. Give Alpha a call to see if they can ease your worries and help you get the rest you deserve. Find them at alphagetsit.com.
Every week, makers, crafters, and educators hold events all over the area. Highlighting some of those, here's our Maker Minutes, brought to you by Annapolis Makerspace.
Hey, this is Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace with this week's Maker Minutes. At Wolf on the Wharf in Edgewater, Saturday, check out Paint for Paws with Saving Grace Animal Rescue of Maryland. A fun paint night and a great fundraiser for Saving Grace. At Knits and Pieces off of Bestgate Road, on Saturday they have a technique class working with double-pointed needles. Monday, their intermediate sweater, Mestija, continues, the second of 4 classes. And on Tuesday, their 2-at-a-time socks class starts, the first of 3 classes. And registration is open for a bunch of classes coming up later in January, as well as February and some further out. At Whole Foods in Annapolis, today their Half Pint Kids Club is doing breakfast on a stick, and on Tuesday their Half Pint Kids Club is doing sun butter and jelly pinwheel kebabs. At Art Farm in Annapolis, tonight they have a sketch night with a live model. Not a drawing class, but a fun social sketch night with a live model. Also tonight, their first exposure photography class returns, with the first of 4 classes. Sunday, they have their Vibe Flow and Chill Yoga, as well as their encaustic experimentation class for teens and adults. And then on Wednesday, check out their virtual botanical drawing for beginners. And their winter semester is in full swing. Continuing this week, On Saturday is their Kids Art School for ages 6 through 8. Monday, their Kids Art School for ages 6 through 8 has their evening session. Also on Monday, there's beat making for ages 12 through 16. Tuesday, there's cartooning for ages 9 through 12, as well as digital illustration for ages 13 through 17, and fashion design and illustration for ages 9 through 12. Then on Wednesday, they have their Junior Kids Art School for ages 9 through 12, and registration is open for programs like found poetry, experimental art, and intro to short story writing. At the Anne Arundel County Public Library System this week, today, Odenton has Homeschool Thursday with Fairy Tale STEM, and Edgewater has Family STEM Night with an engineering challenge. Tomorrow, Deal has Craft Connections Watercolor Part 2. Saturday, Maryland City has Science Saturdays with Magnet Magic, and Rivera Beach has Lego Crate Challenge. On Tuesday, Deal has a cosplay workshop working with wigs. Maryland City is hosting the combat robotics group called Macro, Maryland Area Combat Robotics, and Broadneck has their Broadneck Needle Crafters. And then on Wednesday, Bush Annapolis has Makerspace open hours, Glen Burnie has their Lego STEM Club, and Eastport has their Mad Hatters Knitting Club. Over at Unallocated Space in Severn, tonight they have their virtual happy hour, Monday is their project night, Tuesday their electronics fundamentals class continues, and Wednesday is their open house night. The guys over at the Patuxent Lapidary Guild, off of Defense Highway, will be at the Baltimore Bead Society show at the Howard County Fairgrounds this weekend, both Saturday and Sunday, and they'll be doing demos as well as showing off what their members have made. And at Annapolis Makerspace this week, Saturday, check out the Power Woodworking Workshop, free for Annapolis Makerspace members and a small fee for non-members. Come learn about the fancy tools we have at the shop and how to use them safely. If you have any questions about the Annapolis Makerspace, the Maker Minutes, or any of these events, feel free to contact me at trevor@makeannapolis.org. And you can find links to all of these events at the Annapolis Makerspace website, also at makeannapolis.org. Whether you're making art, software, sawdust, or just a mess, chances are you're already a maker. This has been Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace with this week's Maker Minute.
Hi, I'm Betsy Abraham. My mom and I own and operate Scout Molly's, this amazing little boutique at the Annapolis Town Center, and we're here to help. Whether you are shopping for the beautiful ladies on your holiday list or for yourself, we have something stunning for every occasion, from casual to black tie. From the Parade of Lights to New Year's Eve, we have the perfect outfit for every event this year. Scout Molly's, Annapolis Town Center. Thank you for shopping local.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.